Welcome to MotoMoku here. This is not just another ride. This is the Biker Buddies Eid Brotherhood Ride 4th edition 2026. It all began in Al Safa. At first, just a few bikes, then a few more, then a few more. And then suddenly, this petrol station started looking less like a meeting point and more like a motorcycle invasion with excellent manners. Different machines, different clubs, different styles, different nationalities, all arriving for one shared goal. By the time the dust settled, or more accurately, Parakti finished, we were looking at around 350 bikes from 22 motorcycle clubs, with riders representing 41 nationalities. So that is not a ride, that is United Nations with helmets. And this is what makes this event special. You see cruisers, tourers, sports bikes, adventure bikes, chrome, color, leather, textile patches, jerseys, turbans, shades, and smiles. Some riders looked ready for a cross-continental expedition. Some looked ready for a fashion week after party. And some looked like they woke up at 4 a.m. and trusted caffeine to handle the rest. But all of them came for the same reason: to ride together, celebrate Eid together, and stand for something bigger than themselves. Before the wheels started turning, there was a briefing and a few well-deserved moments of recognition: trophies, certificates, appreciation. A reminder that behind a ride like this, there is planning, effort, volunteering, coordination, and at least one organizer whose blood group is probably premium petrol. And yes, that organizer is Vicky M, the man behind this growing movement. Then came the best part. Engines on, formation set, and the convoy rolled out. Early morning, cool air, smooth roads, and a snake trail of motorcycles stretching for what felt like forever. No exaggeration, this formation looked like a moving river of chrome, headlights, and discipline. A long, beautiful ribbon of bikes flowing across the UAE in staggered formation. There's something deeply satisfying about seeing a convoy like this in motion. Hundreds of riders, all different, yet moving like one organism. No chaos, no ego, no nonsense, just rhythm, road sense, and respect. We reached the midpoint near the Souk Juma, where the bikes were lined up beautifully along the roadside. Neat, organized, sharp. Honestly, it looked less like a fuel stop and more like a motorcycle exhibition that escaped the showroom. And riding slowly past this lineup, camera rolling, you could really feel the scale of the event. Row after row after row, machines of every kind. A parked reminder that the Brotherhood can, in fact, take up a lot of road space. Then came one of my favorite moments of the whole video. I went ahead, planted the cameras, one on the Insta360 up high on a long selfie stick, and the other on the Instago 3S low to the ground. So now, instead of just riding in the moment, I got to witness the entire procession passing from two totally different perspectives. From above, it looked epic, aerial drama, pure formation, a moving pattern of color and speed. From knee level, even better. That one felt personal. Every bike thundered past like it had its own personality. And of course, as riders passed by, there were hand signs, gestures, waves, little celebration, little performances, because no biker can resist a camera. Absolutely no biker. Give a biker a lens and suddenly he becomes a movie star, a stunt coordinator, and a philosopher all at once. And then the bridge shot. From up there, the scale of the ride really came alive. The entire staggered formation passing below, long, smooth, uninterrupted. Passing through the famous tunnel with the convoy still flowing felt like entering the next chapter of the day. And eventually, we arrived at Kalba Corniche. By then, the sky had turned beautifully dramatic. Clouds overhead, cool breeze, no rain yet. Just the perfect kind of weather that makes every biker think today, even the weather is in the mood for this ride. And at the Kalba Corniche side stop, the bikers parked up, helmets came off, and breakfast came out. Not the sad kind of breakfast where somebody hands you one dry sandwich and a juice box. No, this was proper breakfast, variety, energy, and smiles. And people were eating like they had just completed the Dakar rally instead of a very disciplined community ride. Then came the photos, loads of them. Club pictures, group shots, individual smiles, flags, patches, poses, memories. Have a look at some of the images. There was also a respectful and heartful moment to acknowledge the UAE Armed Forces for handling a difficult time with strength and professionalism. And that was important because this ride was never only about machines and motion. It was also about gratitude, about recognizing service, and about standing together when the world feels uncertain. And then the sky changed its mind. What had started as a cinematic cloud cover suddenly looked like opening scenes of a disaster film. I had footage rolling on my cheeky front and rear cameras, and suddenly the whole ride changed character. Visibility dropped, roads changed, and every rider had to switch from celebration mode to full concentration mode. Then came the part that really got everyone's attention. Lighting in the distance, captured in slow motion. Watch this. Beautiful on camera, not so beautiful when you are sitting on a motorcycle in the middle of a storm, trying not to become part of the weather report. So we pulled into a gas station and suddenly every available patch of shade belonged to motorcycles. The place was so full of bikes, cars probably arrived, looked at the scene and quietly accepted that today was not their day and moved on. We waited 15-20 minutes maybe, but the rain was not interested in compromise. So eventually people did what bikers do. They gathered courage, tightened their grip and moved. Eventually the storm eased, the road opened up again, and from there, as all good ride stories goes, everyone slowly peeled away towards home, carrying wet gear, tired shoulders, and full hearts. Because some rides are memorable for the route, some for the destination, some for the food, and some for the weather trying its absolute best to ruin the plan. But the Biker Buddies Eid Brotherhood Ride 2026 will be remembered for something much bigger. Brotherhood, diversity, discipline, respect, and the simple, powerful truth that in the UAE, people from every background really can come together on one road for one purpose. As the local coverage puts it, that event has become more than just a group ride. It is increasingly a symbol of unity and giving back. Different flags, different clubs, different stories, one road. That was the Biker Buddies Eid Brotherhood Ride. And this year, it did not just ride through the Emirates, it made a statement. On a day like this, motorcycles do not divide people into clubs. They unite them into a family. That was the theme of this year. If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe and like this video. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye from MotoMoku.